I'm Ruth Brown.
I'm Will Russ.
And this is the recap for Foundations Week 3, the Foundations Moves and Style class, October 2014 at Advanced Space. So what are we working on?
Well, today we reviewed the stuff that we had worked on last week, and we talked about how you can do it with just the steps, especially if it's a faster song, or you can do it with the triple steps, and how we don't actually have to both be doing the same thing.
So Will will be doing steps while I do triple steps, or vice versa. I can do steps while Will does triple steps.
As long as it's the same 6 count forward.
Yeah, as long as we're the same, yeah, kind of overall pattern. And we have a nice bounce that will help us to be able to kind of adjust our footwork, but still be kind of
Stay connected.
Yeah.
Then after that we went to sugar pushes.
So for that we talked about the connection, about how we want to be connected, the follows, like the like knuckles, connected to the leader's, the heel of the leader's palm. As we do the push part, which should feel kind of like a push-up. And then the kind of stretch part, then where we're kind of stretching the, with our fingers.
I like to think of it sort of like a train couple.
Yeah, that's good.
So when the trains push together, it's like that, and they pull apart, it switches to the other side.
Yeah. And then our overall kind of orientation to each other, we're in this offset, where our feet are kind of between each other, and we can see over each other's shoulders. So if we were to turn this way, we would be able to see over here, or vice versa. Billy would be able to kind of see this way. And then we're going to have one foot is going to be kind of in front of shine, so it follows right.
And the leader's left.
And so we're going to kind of keep this like we're kind of fencing. We're kind of sparring with each other, and we're going to kind of triple step in and triple step out. That we always keep one foot in front of the other, just a tad, maybe not quite that severe. And so the sugar push is going to look like rock, step, triple in, triple up, step, triple in, triple out. And we talked about how we can adjust the kind of the degree to which we come into each other, that we can keep a lot of distance between us, or we can come in much closer, and that gives us some extra kind of dynamic motion.
And we talked about making sure that we keep our arms low, so that we don't bend the follow's wrists, which is not comfortable.
And we did swivels for follows. Yes. We talked about kind of using this as a nice opportunity to practice our swivels. So that looks like we start with a rock step, triple step, swivel, swivel, triple step, swivel, triple step, swivel, swivel.
Oh yes, and we talked about matching. So we want to match each other's tension and compression. So when we're here, compressing, we're matching, and then when we stretch, we're matching the tension. And we also want the compression and the tension to match each other. So we wouldn't have a gigantic rock step and then a really small compression.
Yeah. And then one last thing is that we want to make sure that we come back in between. So in between the stretch and in between before the compression, we want to relax our arms. So we don't want to keep kind of rock step and then come into our partners with stiff arms, or we don't want to kind of compress into them and then come back with stiff arms and just end up pulling them. So we want to relax in between.
So tight, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose.
And that was it. Everybody did a great job, and we look forward to seeing you next week.